today I'm going to be showing you how I made this sleeveless crop top. You can wear it with shorts, skirts, or pants. You can dress it up with a jacket or a shirt, or you could just let your arms be free. To sew this crop top / sports bra, you're gonna need at least a ½ yard of stretchy fabric. I'm using interlock fabric, and interlock fabric only stretches one way. You're also gonna need a pin cushion with pins. You're gonna need a tape measure, matching thread for your fabric, a sports bra pattern, fabric scissors, and a sewing machine of your choice. I'm using an industrial sewing machine, but if you have a domestic sewing machine, that's totally fine. Welcome to my sewing space. If you're not subscribed, you're missing out. I'm Gabby. I make my own wardrobe and I teach you how to do the same. As always, I appreciate your likes and comments, and I truly appreciate you sharing my videos. But without further ado, let's get into this sewing tutorial, shall we? Once you have your sports bra pieces cut out, you're gonna cut a notch at the top and bottom of the center front and center back. Cut 3 long strips of fabric that are 1.5 inches wide. You should end up with 5 pieces just like this. And once you have those pieces, you're gonna pin the side seams and shoulders of the crop top together. Your fabric should be wrong sides together, and then you're gonna stitch with a 1/4 inch allowance. If you're stitching with fabric that stretches all 4 ways, then stretch your fabric while you stitch. I didn't have to do that because I'm using interlock. Once you've removed all your pins, turn your crop top inside out, and you're gonna pin along the same seams that you just stitched. So pin at the shoulders and pin at the side seams. What we're doing here is a French seam. This is an alternative for using an overlock machine or a serger. The next step is to stitch along each part that you pinned with a 1/2 inch allowance this time. Remove all the pins, and once that's done, you're gonna open the hem of the crop top and match the side seams. Pin them together. You can call it a crop top, a sports bra, anything that works for you, but you're gonna hear me using those terms interchangeably in this video. Take a strip of fabric and adjust it until it's just about 2 inches shorter than the width of the crop top. And this 2 inches only represents when the fabric is folded. So if you fold this strip out, then technically it's 4 inches shorter. Pin those ends together in preparation for stitching, but first we're gonna do the same thing for the armholes. So pin the shoulder seam and the side seams together. And match a strip of fabric to the armhole, but this time you're gonna measure and cut the fabric 1 inch less than the armhole. Cut another strip the same exact length for the next armhole and pin the ends of both strips right sides together. Fold the neckline so both the shoulder seams are touching, and then take your tape measure and measure this area from one neckline to the next. I got 18.5 inches, and so I'm cutting my strip of fabric to measure 16.5 inches, which is 2 inches shorter. Stitch all the ends together using a 1/4 inch allowance. We're going to start off by adding this strip to the hem of the crop top. Cut off the excess fabric at the ends. Cut 2 notches opposite the seam that join the ends together, and fold the strip so the notches and the seam are touching. Align the seam with the center back notch and pin the right side of the strip to the wrong side of the crop top. Match the opposite notch with the center front notch. Cut 2 notches into the sides of the strip opposite each other. So all notches should be the same distance away from each other, and then you're going to pin those notches to the side seams of the crop top. We're going to repeat the same steps for the armholes, cutting off the excess and putting notches opposite the seam. Then we're going to align that seam with the side seam of the crop top and align the notches with the shoulder seam of the crop top. I've made the mistake before of not putting the fabric correctly, so always remember that the right side of the strip should be on the wrong side of the crop top. Stitch the strips to the crop top with a 1/4 inch allowance, and be sure to stretch your fabric while you stitch so that your threads won't pop when you're wearing this top. Then you're going to fold the remaining fabric twice to cover the raw edges on the right side of the crop top. Pin into place all around the armholes and all around the hem. Then take it to the sewing machine and stitch right along the edge. So this will be a top stitch, and this will be on the right side of your garment. Now we're going to move on to the neckline. We're repeating the same steps by cutting 3 sets of notches into this strip. Pin the seam to the center back of the neckline, then pin the opposite notch to the center front of the neckline. Pin the other 2 notches to the shoulder seams, and then take it to your sewing machine and stitch with a 1/4 inch allowance all the way around, stretching your fabric while you stitch. And then we'll finalize this top by folding the remaining fabric in twice on the right side of the fabric and top stitching along the edge. A bonus tip for sticking around is to press your hem, armholes, and neckline with your iron to have it laying nice and flat.
Now it's your turn. I want to see the sports bra that you made. So take a picture of yourself wearing it, or take a picture of it on a flat surface, post it on your Instagram page or in your stories, and tag us at So Quaint. If you're still watching right now, then comment sports bra down below so that we can know that you're here and you're loving our videos. It really motivates us when we see that you show the love for the content that we create for you guys. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.